Y'all, we are starting off zoomed in, and this could only mean one thing, which I'm pretty sure you guys already know by the title and thumbnail, that we are doing a Shop My Stash, and that is why I'm zoomed in. So with that said, guys, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's go shopping. Alright, so we're going to start off with the primers, foundations, and concealer drawer. We're going to ignore that it's getting a little messy. She needs to be cleaned out, but we're going to ignore that for now. So for primer, what primer have I not used in a hot minute? You know, I'm actually pretty good about using my primers, if I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. Even when I go to work, I'm pretty good about using them. So I feel like if I had to use one that I haven't used in a hot minute, I'll probably, well, Allie, which one have you not used? Allie, come on. You. Clearly I'm stuttering. Let's go into the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. Got this at the beginning of the year. Haven't really used too much of it since playing with it. So now let's move on to foundations. What foundation have I not used in a hot minute? No. Ew. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, you know what, y'all, I have not used this. It's been a pretty minute. It's pretty minute. So let's use that. For concealers, I really don't have a lot of concealers, so I pretty much use these regularly. So I'm just gonna kind of pick one I haven't used in a minute. Probably go with the Makeup by Mario one. For setting powder, what setting powder have I not used? Truly have not used in a moment. Again, I use a lot of these setting powders, so I really can't sit here and say that I don't use these. Shoot. Let's dive into the Glam Light one. Let's dive into the Glam Light. I haven't used this in a minute, so I use this. And then for finishing powder, I only really have two options, so I'm just gonna pick up the Rare Beauty one right here. So let's move on to bronzers and blushes and highlighters. For bronzer, I have not used this bad boy in a minute, so let's use this A. And then for powder bronzer, oh shit, that just literally fell. For powder bronzer, okay, again, I use a lot of these. I'm not really good about this because I don't really have that many powder bronzers that I haven't not used. So let's just go into, we'll just use Milani because again, I have used a lot of these, so I really can't say that I haven't. For liquid blush, I guess again, I use a lot of my liquid blushes, so I feel like I'm kind of struggling to figure out which one I really haven't used. So I think for liquid blush, I think I'll just go into my Huda Beauty because I haven't picked this up in a minute. But then we need to pick a powder blush. Same thing with powder blushes. I use a lot of my powder blushes, so trying to figure out which one I haven't used in a hot minute, it's not the easiest for me because I do use these. Actually, you know what, maybe I could use one of these instead. What shade is this one? Okay, there's that one. There is, you know what, why don't we use this? Why don't we use this as a cream and powder? Let's use this. I haven't used this in a minute. Let's do that. Okay, perfect. And then for highlighter, what have I not used in a long time for highlighter? I asked you guys, you can answer me right now. You know what? We have not used this in forever. No, not this. Let's go into this drawer let's use my Jaclyn palette. I haven't used this in forever. Speaking of that, let's figure out what lips I haven't used in a minute. Ooh, is this my Kaya Bear? Oh, it is my Kaya Bear. Let's use my Kaya liquid lip. And then we're gonna use my Koa gloss because I have not used this in a minute either. So let's go ahead and use this as a lip combo. All right, so for mascara, I feel like I haven't used my favorite combo in a long time, which is the I Heart Extreme. I used to love pairing that with the ColourPop and then the Ofra. I hope these are so good because like it's been a minute, so I hope they're still good. And then for setting spray, let's use my Milk Makeup. And then for palette, the only thing that's new is going to be this Moonlight palette from the Pastel Rose. I want to use just one thing new, but everything else that I haven't used in a hot minute. So with that said, let's go ahead and get this look started. Okay guys, so we're starting off with the Moonlight palette right here. This is actually from the Pastel Rose. Now this actually does retail for 38 euros. So I don't really know what the conversion is to the US dollar. It's going to contain 15 colorful pressed shadows in a standard size. And that's also going to contain 10 mattes and 5 shimmers / duochrome shades. Now I have never played with anything for the Pastel Rose before, but I really wanted to try this out. I told you guys I was going to try it out like in a 3 looks 3 palettes. I ended up never just doing that. So we're going to use this today because I just feel like we're going to use it today. I really want to try this out. So many of you guys have said that you guys have tried this brand, have loved it. So we're finally sitting down to play with this. So anywho, I'm going to let you guys know that this is actually a pre-filmed video. By the time you guys are watching this, I'm actually currently either going to be in Destin Beach or on my way to Destin Beach. It just depends on when this launches. It just depends when this goes live. I am literally pre-filming it because it's only the first week of April, but I'm going to be away because I am going to my second Creator and Friends event. So that's actually where I'm at right now by the time you guys are watching this. And I have to say, I am actually quite nervous to go. I had a lot of fun when I went last time. It was such an incredible time. Everybody was so sweet, so kind, but my mental health just hasn't been the best. You know, it hasn't been in a hot minute, and I just have a lot of like anxiety about meeting new people and being around a group of people that I'm not going to be really familiar with. Granted, I will definitely know some people that I'm good friends with, but there's also going to be quite a few people there that I don't know. And I definitely am just really anxious about it because I'm going to go in the shade right here called Amethyst. We're going to do a really easy halo eye look today. I am going to be very open and vulnerable, and I'm going to tell you guys kind of exactly where my head has been for a while. I suck at making friends. If I'm going to be completely real with you guys, I feel like I suck at making friends, or more so, I suck at maintaining friends. Over the last 5 years, I've really struggled with the idea that like anyone would ever want to be my friend, or I bring any value to friendships. I value all the friends that I do have. I value people that I do value the friendships that I do have, but I just feel like for some reason, I suck at it. And the reason why I feel that way is because people always leave. People always leave, and I don't entirely know why. Some are my fault, like the friend that I talked to you guys about last year. That one was my fault. Granted, I feel like it was over a stupid fight, and I still wish I could apologize to this person because I still have nothing but love for this person. I just feel like maybe I crossed some boundaries that I didn't know, and you know, it is my fault. I wish that there was a way that we could discuss it like adults and, you know, go from there, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I lost a good friend of mine back before COVID. Now, granted, this girl and I, we did start to reconnect this past year, which was really, really nice. You know, we still never really talked about why we had a fallout before COVID happened. It just hasn't been a time we got together and do that. So that's been really nice. I realized that I was just filming and I wasn't talking, but I'm going in the shade Amethyst right here to create a really pretty eye look. But the reason why I'm like really nervous to go is because I feel like people there are just not going to like me. You know, my mental health has not been the best. If I'm gonna be completely real with you guys, it has not been the best, and I just feel like people are not gonna like me. Like a long time ago, someone once told me that I'm too much. Like, I am too much. I am the type of person, I think this light's starting to go because it's flickering a lot. I'm the type of person, I'm a very open book. I have always been a very open book. I can talk to you about anything and everything. and I could literally talk to you about the most intimate details of like your sex life versus what your poop looked like that morning. You know, like I'm a very, very open book. I have been my whole life. I'm also a very curious person. So what may be personal and what may be personal and what may be a boundary for someone may not be for me. And I have to remind myself of that like not everybody is going to be as open as me and want to talk about everything the way that I do. And I need to remind myself of that. But long ago, this person told me that I am too much. I'm too much to be around, to be near. And I'm gonna go with a shade called Blue Moon to help to blend that out. And it always stuck with me. It always stuck with me that I'm too much, and that people just don't like me. And they, this person was very clear, very adamant that if me and Corey were to ever not be together, they would absolutely drop me in 2 seconds and only be friends with Corey. And sadly, that's not the first time someone has said that to me. And I think they do it as a joke because I think it's funny and they know that it hurts my feelings. But I don't think it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's funny because eventually it sticks. And it's something that you really start to get in your head that like, okay, wow, like I'm not good enough for you. So I have learned I'm not good enough for you, but my husband is. You know what I mean? So that has always stuck with me, and it stuck with me for years and years and years. And it just really has eaten away at me over time. And I feel like it has definitely hindered me and my relationships that I have in my life because I will always have in the back of my head that, you know what, at some point, well, you're going to leave. And at the end of the day, or you don't really like me, you like my husband, you just don't like me, you put up with me because we're together, right? You know what I mean? So I just have really, really struggled with that for the last couple of years. And it didn't help that over the last couple of years, I have definitely lost some friendships that meant a lot to me. Some were absolutely not my fault. Some I had absolutely no reason why. Some were other people's fault. Some were entirely my own. So the idea of like going to Creator and Friends again, I had so much fun last year, but I am definitely really scared because I just feel like I'm going to go there. I'm going to go in the shade called Milky Way. I feel like I'm just going to go there, and in my mind, I'm going to be thinking to myself, I'm too much. I'm too open. I'm a very curious person. I may ask questions that may not be appropriate to ask, at least to that person. Like, I'm going to have that in the back of my head, and I am just going to be shut down and just kind of closed off because right now I have just not been doing the best. And so I'm really scared. I'm really like scared about going. I feel like this time around, I had the best time last year, and I'm not saying I won't have fun because there's going to be people there that I absolutely love and adore. And I know that are like, have my back, but I definitely am really scared because I just feel like ultimately when it comes down to it, I'm just kind of like not worthy for people to get to know and to be friends with. If I'm completely real and honest, life has just showed me too much over the last couple of years that, if people leave, it's probably my fault. I probably did something, and, I just wish I wish it was just so much easier. Like, I wish that adult friendships were just a hell of a lot easier like they were when you were a kid. Like, when we were kids, you would just flat out be like, I'm not your friend anymore. This is why. And then you guys would go to a playground and you guys would play and you guys would walk away being best friends again. And it was like the coolest thing. Like, why can't adults do that? I feel like adults no longer communicate. And I feel like it's so hard to maintain adult friendships. And I just don't get why. Like, if someone upsets me and hurts me, I say it. I say exactly why I may be mad or upset. And I explain it. And sometimes people just don't want to deal with that. They just rather just walk away. And I respect it. But at the same time, I'm just like, dang, does no one value friendships anymore? Or is it just like not in a real friendship to begin with? I don't know. So it's really kind of like messed with me a lot over the last year or so. And yeah, so like I know I'm looking forward to this trip, but at the same time, I'm just like, what does it matter? People are not going to like me anyway. I'm going to go in the shade called Twilight Glow to put in the center. So I don't know. I'm excited. I really hope I have a good time, but like I definitely feel like I'm going to walk away going, people don't really like me. You know what I mean? That's going to be in my head this entire time. And I'm going to try to break out of that, but it's just not the easiest for me to do. And so, this is one of the situations I really wish that Corey was going because he is my security blanket. He's the love of my life. He's my best friend, and he, gets me and accepts me like there's no other. And, at the end of the day, he knows that I'm a very loyal person. I have been my whole life. I'm the type of person. And there are some people in my life, like my best friend Alyssa, she loves me, but she hates that I have this characteristic because she said all I end up doing is hurting myself. But I am the type of person where I will give people 20 chances. Like, literally will give them 20 chances. And every single time, they completely crush and destroy me. And I'm shocked every single time. And then my best friend's like, you knew this is who they were. You let them back in your life. Have they hurt you so many times? Like, she's like, you kind of do it to yourself. And, kind of do it to yourself. And so like, it's just one of those things that like, I'm too loyal and I'm too trusting, and I just believe people for who they say they are versus who they show me they are. And I just find myself getting hurt more and more often because I just, you know, I take people for what they say they are. And I open up when I meet somebody. I open up my heart and my home, and, you know, I welcome them in, and I think that, okay, this is it. We're going to be friends. And, you know, then I realized maybe it was more one-sided than I thought, and that's maybe more of my fault. But yeah, I'm just kind of going on a tangent right now. I think it's just because I really am anxious about going on this trip. I'm excited, but I feel like I'm just anxious because it will always be in the back of my head what people have said to me in the past, and I can't really ever shake it. And given my history, people always leave, that like, it just makes me kind of be like a little bit more closed off, being like, okay, I'll go there, I'll have a great time, I'll meet people, but like, they're not gonna like me anyway, you know? I kind of just had to bring that color forward because since this is a beautiful pastel shade, it's starting to blend itself away. So I just kind of bring that shimmer a little forward like so, and just kind of use that as a base. But it is such a pretty shade, so pretty. Okay, the shimmer is getting everywhere. Let me just quickly do my other eye off camera, and we're going to come back to do the rest of the face. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, now that the eyes are on, we're going to move on to the face. But yeah, so like I am excited to go. I know I'm gonna have a good time, but I'm just like really nervous because like ultimately I just feel like people are just gonna like not like me, and I'm not gonna be like good enough. And I'm not even like looking for like you guys to be like, oh my god, no, you're amazing. I'm not looking for any of that. I just genuinely would like to advise, like, how do you guys maintain friendships as an adult? Or like, what do you guys do? I mean, like I do have some really close friends that I hold near and dear. We've been friends for a very long time, and I know that those are not gonna go anywhere. But I just feel like there's people that like I have given everything to, have been there for, and then like they just drop off the face of the earth and then either come back when they want to, or they just don't at all. And I'm like, okay. And it doesn't just happen to me. It happens to Corey sometimes too, the same people. I'm just like, what are we doing? We're too available? Like, people like to take advantage of that a lot. And people like to come around in our lives that only like to use us when it's beneficial for them. And Corey and I, unfortunately, are the type of people that like, we view friends as family, and we're just always there for people. And we notice a lot that it's not reciprocated. And it's just getting to the point where it's just kind of like sad. We're like, is this really how people are? Are we finding the bad people, or are we the problem? You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's just making me like really hesitant about making new friends. I'm gonna go into this. I need to shake this. It's been a long time since I used this. It's just making me like really hesitant. Like over the last year, I've really have kept to myself. I don't really hang out with a lot of people unless I've known you for a minute. And like, you know, I've obviously gone back to work. I've been at my job now for over a year, and I've hung out with a few coworkers here and there, maybe grabbing a bite to eat after work, but it's very rare that I do, because I just more likely just kind of keep to myself, because I'm just like, well, I just kind of keep to myself because I just don't like to mix business and pleasure anymore, because life has told me that, well, I shouldn't, you know what I mean? And I'm just, yeah, I feel like I'm just like rambling now. You know, I always like ramble when I get like anxious talking about certain subjects, because like I'm not like looking for like sympathy or anything like that. I'm generally, I guess, just looking for a friend to talk to and just be like, clearly I suck. And it's supposed to be this difficult. Like, I wish we could just go back to being kids, where kids just had it easy. Kids can make friends like there's no tomorrow, and there was no animosity. There was no like ulterior motives. It was just generally friends, just making friends and having fun. And, you know, they generally were there for each other. They weren't trying to just use each other or just dip out when it's convenient for them and then come around when they wanted to. And unfortunately, like I said, I am that person that you disappear on me and then you come back and you just say you're sorry. I will accept you back, and that's one of my flaws, and I don't know how to change that. Like, one of my best friends, she has the ability to just turn it off, and then if you're gone, you're gone. She could give two shits. And I'm just like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? I want to be you. I want to be able to have people leave and me being like, don't freaking care. I can't. I'm not that person. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm very honest about that. And I'm the type of person that, like, I tell my friends I love you and I cherish you, because, you know, I think ever since losing Jenna years ago, you just kind of really realize that life is way too short. And, you know, you should tell the ones you have in your life that you love them, because you just genuinely never know when it's going to be their last time that you get to say that. And it's just, I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. Like, now I'm just rambling. But anyway, if you guys have advice, please let me know. But just know I will be nervous this time around. I was nervous last time, but I really went into open-minded and I had the best time. I felt like I was at summer camp. And I'm kind of hoping it's the same vibes now. And like we're going to Destin Beach and it's a place I've always wanted to go to. Granted, I really wanted to go to it with Corey because it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. But I know Corey and I would end up taking a trip out there at some point. So I hope it's a lot of fun, and I really want to take this time to truly just relax. Like I'm gonna vlog it, so you guys, I'm gonna vlog it and whatnot. But I really just also want to relax on this vacation because like I don't really ever go on vacation, like ever. And even though this is more like a networking trip than a vacation, I still want to enjoy the time that I have there. You know what I mean? This is the first, you know what I mean? So I don't know what type of brands are going to be there sponsoring it. They haven't really spoken up too much of what brands may or may not be sponsoring the event. I will say last year, I thought it was really cool because like, I got to connect with some brands, but I didn't really get too much out of it. Because at the end of the day, I am such a small content creator and I'm going to be very frank and real. I said this before and I'm saying this again. Brands treat you based upon your following size. If you have a big following size, oh my God, do they kiss your ass? But if you have a small following size, they kind of like look down upon you. And it's so sad because like there's some brands that I generally really have loved that has shown me that like, because of my size, I truly don't matter. And you know what? I shouldn't take it personally because at the end of the day, it's just a business decision and I get it. I'm going to go into the same bronzer and I do get it. And like, I try to take it like, personally. But damn, sometimes it sucks because you just see how they just really kiss ass at certain people, and then they look at you. They look at you and they're just like, thanks. You know what I mean? It's so wild because like I just want to get to the point where maybe one day I can be big enough, and then those same brands who look down their nose at me, want to be like, oh my God, we want to work together, and I want to be like this. Oh, but when I was small, I wasn't good enough for you, but now that I'm bigger, I am. No, thank you. I just really want to do that one day, just because, they just make you feel a type of way, the way they treat you because you're just such a small content creator. All right, guys, this is blending out so nicely. I feel like I look a little deeper than I meant to, but that's okay. All right, so now we're going to go into the one size. This is going to be the Freaky Peach. And we're going to go into the cream blush right here. I really do enjoy one size. So wow, that is blending out so beautifully. That's such a pretty shade. So anyway, I definitely will, like I said, I will vlog the whole thing. I will show you guys what stuff we get, if we even get stuff this time. I don't really know what to expect. I went to the one in New Orleans, which just was an incredible time. We got so much free product at the end that I didn't really know what to do with all of it, so I gave a lot of it away because I don't like to get, I love getting PR, don't get me wrong, I do, but sometimes I can get really overwhelmed if there's too much of it. So I do give a lot more away than you guys actually may realize. I'm going to make it by Mario right here because I just don't believe in like having I go a lot more than you guys actually realize because at the end of the day, like I don't need this much makeup. Realistically, I'll never use this much makeup, so I give away a lot more than I openly advertise just because I like to just give back as best as I can. Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you guys. So I like to give back as much as I can. But I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to end up getting this time around. If there's any like brand sponsors. They haven't really told us too much information. Too much information, but I definitely think it's going to be a fun time. Like I said, I think I'm really looking forward to a relaxing beach trip. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, by the time you guys see this, I may or may not have done Epic Universe. I have an amazing friend who is getting me and Corey into a team member preview, and I am so excited. I really didn't think I was going to go see Epic Universe for a while because I was trying to get tickets for opening weekend, and then that was a fail. Like me and Betty Jean's husband were trying to get tickets for all of us to go together, and that ended up being just a complete fail. So we decided to just wait until, maybe late September, early October to go. But I think I might get to go during a team member preview, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go into this right here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really don't know what to expect. So hopefully, by the time you guys see this, maybe I've already gone and maybe I would have been able to vlog it because I know that media day was yesterday and they were allowing everybody to film everything. So maybe I will have a vlog ready for you guys to see and like and watch with me and experience the park with me. Like I don't really know what to expect, but all I know is I'm really excited. It's been a long time since a theme park has opened up here in Florida, a really long time, and it just really just. Y'all know I love Disney. I have been a big Disney, nerd. I've been a big Disney lover my entire life. But I really feel And I can safely say this, that Universal has stepped up its game like there's no tomorrow. And they're coming out with the most coolest rides that really just make you kind of look at Disney being like, y'all need to step up. Like, y'all really need to step up. Like, I know recently Disney said that they were going to do like a Iron Man themed ride, but the ride, when I saw the concept for it, looks identical to Forbidden Journey over at Universal. Like, they have the same concept, and then they're switching the Rock and Roller Coaster to be a Monsters Inc. Roller coaster, but this can be their first ever like suspended roller coaster, so you're hanging from the top and like not had the track underneath you. It's cool ideas, but everybody's like, come on, Disney, like you got to do more, you got to do better. And so I'm really, really curious to see how Disney is going to see Universal's Epic Universe, see their rides, and see how they can find a way to either step up or try to compete. I don't really know, because like Disney rides, as cool as they are, like I love the Rides of Resistance and I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, that's such a fun ride. But like Universal's like, Escape, Universal's like Hagrid roller coaster or like Velocity roller coaster, those are some top tier rides. Like, those are freaking fantastic, and they really do bring their worlds to life. If you guys have ever been to Universal and had a chance to experience the Harry Potter land, you truly see how much they brought it to life. And after seeing some sneak previews of Epic Universe, it's amazing to see how much they brought these worlds. Like, I'm excited to see Island of Berk, like How to Train Your Dragon. Oh my god, I freaking love that movie so much. I'm so excited to see that. I'm so excited to see the Mario, the dark, Monsters area, the new Harry Potter area. Like, they really are stepping up. And I don't know how true this is, but I heard that they got rights to Pokemon. Y'all, they bring Pokemon to Universal. That's a wrap. That is a wrap. So it's just really interesting to see like how Epic is going to open when it opens up in May, and how it's going to affect Disney long term. Because I want to know if it's going to have an effect on Disney. There's a part of me that feels like it will, part of me that feels like it won't. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to go into the Milk Makeup Setting Spray. I'm just really curious to see how Universal and Disney are going to compete in the coming years, especially because like there's a thing called IAAPA, which is a convention that takes place once a year here in Orlando, and it's where they bring out all like their really cool rides. They bring out like all the vendors come out to showcase new foods, new drinks, new ride, their new technology. Like, you get to sit in the seats. Some places have rides that you can kind of test. You get to see the concepts of what they're building. Like, it's a really cool like place where all the parks come together to show off their new technology, their new stuff they're doing. And it's mostly for vendors to go and buy in. Like, okay, like, restaurants go there, clothing, retail go there. They really just are, it's a convention to buy stuff, essentially what it is for to companies to buy stuff. I've always wanted to go, but I can't go because I'm not part of the restaurant industry. I can't go because I'm not part of the hospitality industry to be invited to something like that. And I think like if you wanted to go, I think guests can go, but I think tickets are like up to $300. So like I obviously have not been able to go. I'm going to go in the Milani bronzer right here. I think it'd be such a cool thing. Maybe like, Universal will go there next year and Disney will go there, and they're going to find ways to up each other, because yeah, I find it fascinating. And I don't know where my brush is. Okay. So Disney used to be leading in Imagineering, and now it's Universal. Universal is really creating such amazing technology, amazing rides, and like the most amazing queues ever. Like, all right, now we're going to go into the One Size blush right here. Honestly, I forget how amazing these products are. This is the only problem about, reviewing makeup for a living, is that like you get so much makeup that you forget what you already have. This is why, like, honestly, guys, I don't feel like you ever really have to go buy out new makeup. If there's stuff that you see, shop your collection. It will be a great way to, one, save your bank account, stop over consumption, and just really allow you to use what you already own without having to buy so much new products. At the end of the day, you don't need all these products. I don't. But I do this for like a living, so it's why I have as much. But I forget how good some of these products really are. Blue shadow like disappeared from right there. Like, it really did. That's the only problem about pastel shades, that they do not like staying whatsoever. So now we're gonna go into highlight. I have not used this highlighter. Oh my god. Please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. Oh, I have not used this highlighter in a hot minute, and I just dropped it. Scared the crap out of me. I thought I broke this because they don't make this anymore. This is my favorite highlighter for so long. We're gonna go into the shade right here called Ice. This is my favorite highlighter for so long. I really was obsessed with this. God, it's still so beautiful. Like, look at that. That is such a beautiful highlight. Such a beautiful highlight. You know, it was always my dream, guys, to end up on Jaclyn Cosmetics PR list, and that never happened. It was always a dream of mine, and now obviously would never happen because she didn't create. You know, Jaclyn Cosmetics no longer exists. I mean, I did get added onto the Be Cozy and the Jaclyn Roxanne, which I'm very grateful for. But God, it would have just been a dream to get like a Jaclyn Cosmetics PR list. There's definitely some PR lists that I would love to be a part of, but so it was always a dream to end up on that PR list. I never did, but that's okay. So I will say the highlighter is still performing so nicely, even though I haven't used it in a hot minute. It's still so gorgeous. So moving on to mascara. Okay, so moving on to the under eyes. I'm just going to go into the shade right here called Fantasia, and we're just going to put that right underneath my waterline. Very, very light. I don't do anything too much today because I am just going to go in with mascara today. I'm not going to go in with like any false lashes. And we're just going to lightly blend this under here. It's a really pretty palette. I will say the mattes are really soft. They are very blendable. Because this is more of a pastel palette, they don't have as much pigmentation, so they do blend itself away really easily. But the shimmers are performing really nicely, which is something I can definitely appreciate. Okay, I'm going to go into the Extreme I Love Big Crazy Mascara. I hope this one doesn't smell. Okay, this one doesn't smell. Some of them are starting to smell on me because I've had them for a while, and I know they don't have the longest expiration date, so I have to be kind of careful because I don't want to use like expired mascara on my eyes because that could definitely lead to like an infection, and that would not be good. Okay, so that's laying down, and then I would go in with the Ofra. These are the best lashes ever, and I used to love this so much. Okay, that still smells okay. And I would just like mix these three together. This was like my holy grail combo for a long time. I could tell these are definitely a little bit older because the formula is a lot more drier than it once was. So definitely something I need to consider when I do my declutter in January. In June. Okay, so I just threw in some white liner. And now we're going to go back into this palette. I'm going to take the shade right here called Sonata. And we're going to use this as an inner corner highlight moment. Wow, that is pigmented. Oh, wow, that is pigmented, but that is beautiful. Okay, then for lips, I'm just going to go into the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bourbon Lip Liner right here just because I know this is going to go well with that lip combo. So many of you guys say, how come I don't have a collection with Glamlight? I'm going to be as real, I'm going to be as honest with you guys as possible. Glamlight's never going to do a collab with me. At least not until I'm a mega influencer. In their mind, and I say this as kind as possible to myself, I'm not valuable. Like, I'm not valuable. At the end of the day, only have, I think, like, what, 45,000 subscribers. They don't see that as valuable. They are going to want someone that has millions of subscribers because then it's more worth it for their brand to invest their money into me and want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars creating a collection, a campaign, and hope that they can make some money back. Like, I'm pretty sure that their Michaela collection did them very well. I'm sure it did very, very well for them. They're not going to see me as successful. And it's not meant to be mean to myself. It's just a business decision. I'm going to go into my Kaya Liquid Lip. It's just literally a business decision that I'm not valuable to them because I'm not a big content creator. So as much as I would love to create a collection with Ofra, as much as I love to create a collection with Glamlight, I know ultimately that's never going to happen unless I somehow become a big content creator. Maybe then they'd want to, because they would see that I'm valuable and marketable and would be worth their investment. And I know it sounds so shitty, and I promise it's not. I understand that so wholeheartedly. It's just a business decision. It's nothing personal. You know, I did approach them about doing a collab one day, and that's pretty much what I was told. And then I said that maybe we could do like my favorites kits, like we can make like a little bundle of my favorite products. And I was like told, yeah, maybe, but like that obviously never happened. I'm going to my Koa gloss. That like never happened. So, and for me, that's okay. Because at the end of the day, I still love that brand so much. Maybe one day I'll get to the point where they'll think that I'm worthy. But today is not that day. And that is okay. But I appreciate all you guys wanting to buy a collab from Glamlight. I'm sure we would absolutely kill it together. I'm curious to know like what type of collab, if I were to create with Glamlight, would you guys want me to do? Like what would be like your idea collab that I would create with them? Like, I'm just genuinely really curious. All right, guys. This is the final look right here using the products that I shopped in my collection. I think the makeup turned out really, really pretty. Definitely more on the glowy, dewy side because of that foundation, but I still think it's really pretty. So let me quickly go fix my hair, throw on my clothes, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. So here is the final look right here. I always feel like I look so weird when I don't have like lashes on. I feel like the makeup just doesn't look complete, but I didn't feel like putting on lashes. I just want to put on some makeup that I haven't used in a hot minute. Overall, I get how well these products do work. Because like I said, it's been a minute since I've used them. This is why I love doing a Shop My Stash. I never want you guys to feel like just because I review new makeup, that means you guys have to go run out and get it. No, I would actually rather you guys use the products you have in your collection, because I would hate to think that you spend all that money for it to go to waste, because that's what I've been doing. And granted, I know I had a big haul for my Sephora sale, but I really wanted to try those products, and I don't intend on buying any makeup anytime soon. So hopefully this get ready with me / shop my stash wasn't too depressing and makes sense. I always like ramble, and by the time I get to the end of the video, I'm always like, what did I say? What did I make sense? Did I not? I always stress myself out, but just know I will definitely update you guys on how the Creator and Friends trip went. I am really looking forward to it. I'm nervous. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.